everybody give their testimony, so no one would think they'd have to be a hippie before they came to know Jesus. The other scripture that the Lord gave me is, "But you are holy, who inhabits the praises of Israel." And I had learned, because I was reading my Bible every night till 1:30, I had learned that we have been grafted in to God's original people, the Israelites. We are one with the real Jews, the practicing Jews. We're one in the Spirit with them. And so if we worship and if they worship, the presence of God comes into that worship. That was the first thing I learned about worship. And I have to tell you, the way it was in those days, every pew was full of people, just cram full. The floor, everywhere, all the way up to the stage, was full of people sitting on the floor. There were people, one place had a balcony. It was all full, all the pews were full, and the steps were full, and there were people standing around and people standing around the back. There couldn't have been another person in that building. And I do remember the night the Lord, as I said, He brought them out of the woodwork. The Lord brought so much extra people, and I think it was your brother Mark who said, y'all who know the Lord, come downstairs, we're going to pray, because he told me he had about 150 people down there praying for us upstairs. Where did those people come from? They had lived in that town all their lives, but they were coming because we were lifting Jesus up, and He was drawing them unto Him. And I learned different things about worship. There were times the Lord would have me worship for so long, and in my head I'd be arguing with Him about, God, this is too long. And He would say, no, I never get to hold my children on my lap. You just keep going till I say stop. And He would block me. I could not think of another song until He gave it to me. And I would sit there sometimes, he would have it just quiet. And even though I hadn't been a church person all my life, I guess everybody has a little religion in them. And I would think, we have been quiet too long. And He said, no, I'm still healing minds. I'm still healing hearts. I'm still healing bodies. Just be still, disappear. And He would teach me when it got to deep worship time to disappear. I would start a song, and then He would have me get just real quiet on it. So pretty soon the people would start, their voices would lift up higher. And all of a sudden they'd feel free, and they'd start doing 15-part harmony, if there's such a thing. And they would start doing descants and echoes and little songs that would fit with the songs we were singing, but they're out of their own heart, their own words, and it would weave into it. And it was the most majestic choir I have ever to this day seen. And in a lot of churches, because of time constraints and things, people don't get much farther than outer courts, you know, because they're on a time schedule. But we were not on a time schedule. And we sometimes got into the Holy Holies. That's the only time in my life when I knew a whole congregation that got into the Holy of Holies, into intimacy with God. And some of those times it made me so nervous when I wanted Him to hurry up, because I felt like, oh, someone's going to be complaining.